Hi, my name is Masha, I'm the blonde from Coding Blonde, and today I want to talk about productivity and how to focus on things that really make an impact and make you happy in this world. Let's be honest, you've probably looked up some productivity techniques, technologies, tricks and tools and all that stuff. I feel like our society right now is very much obsessed about productivity, but what are you trying to achieve by being more productive? Is it productivity for the sake of more productivity? So are you trying to be more productive to get more things done, to fill up the free time that you've just freed up for yourself with more tasks, with more things to do? Are you trying to tackle more projects, or are you trying to free up your time for the sake of living a more meaningful and impactful life and enjoying the day that you're living today? What got me thinking about this is the book that I'm currently reading, which is called Free to Focus by Michael Hyatt. Unfortunately, I can't show it to you in like this, a paper version, because I'm listening to it as an audio version, because I've been obsessed with audiobooks recently. It's just such a cool method to read books, but I might make another video about it at some point, so let me know in the comments if this is something that you would be interested in learning more about. But this book by Michael Hyatt, Free to Focus, talks about productivity, and it talks about how we approach productivity and I guess our toxic relationship with that concept. Think about your to-do list. Think about all the tasks that you got done today from that to-do list. I'm super guilty of it. My to-do list is horrible. If I pick up my to-do journal from whenever, these are crazy. Well, this is my weekly schedule, but this is crazy, right? You can't achieve all these things, and we try to cram as many tasks as possible into our days, and we think that we just need to work for longer. If we work longer hours today, we will be more productive by getting more things done, by getting more of those tasks off your list. What Michael Hyatt says is that your time is finite and you only have 24 hours in a day, and you do need to sleep. And that's just a basic human need, and without it, there's some statistics about sleep deprivation and how your cognitive abilities really decrease as the more deprived you are. So you need to sleep, you need to eat, you need to rest, and you need to really rejuvenate. By creating so many things to do, we a lot of the time cut into that time to rejuvenate. So we don't actually do that. And as a result of our tasks eating into our rejuvenation time, or time that we should be spending with our family, with our friends, time that we should spend by ourselves, especially for those of us who are introverts. Hello. So as a result of that, we are not as productive, we're not as creative, because we don't have that mental space, and in fact, we risk burnout. That's the word that I was looking for. We risk burning ourselves out, we risk ourselves being less productive as a result of overstretching ourselves. Michael Hyatt says that what you should do is look at the list, look at your to-do list, and really think about those tasks and whether you should be the one doing them. Bear with me. I will show you the system that Michael Hyatt uses to categorize tasks, but basically the things that he says we need to do with some of those lists after you do kind of like the task audit is either eliminate, so get rid of tasks, automate, I feel like that one's pretty self-explanatory, and then delegate. Again, pretty self-explanatory. So I will talk about that in more detail later, but for now, let's think about this. Let's think about it this way. What you're trying to do in this world is to have an impact, to really achieve your goals. And if you're working on everything at the same time, if you have to take time to learn some things, you're not going to be as productive as possible. Michael Hyatt divides tasks into 4 different categories, and those are your desire zone, your disinterest zone, your drudgery zone, and your distraction zone. And let me show you a system of how he categorizes them into these different categories. Michael Hyatt talks about categorizing your tasks in 4 different quadrants, and for that we need this 2-dimensional graph, where on this axis we have passion, and here we have proficiency. Awesome. So this means how good are you at something, and this means how excited do you get about something, how happy does it make you. Over here in this quadrant, you know, the win-win, when you're passionate about something and also very good at it, is your desire zone. Desire zone, and that's what you want to be focusing most of your time on. So he says that he focuses 90% of his time on this zone because this makes sense. It means that he is having the most impact because he's super passionate about it, he's happy with his life, and he's also really good at it. The exact opposite of the desire zone is drudgery zone. Drudgery zone, something that is mundane, takes a very long time to learn, you're not good at it, and you're not happy about doing it. You're just, you know, this is something that you need to do. Over here you have disinterest zone. So yes, you're good at it, but you're not happy about it, you're not super passionate about it, and unfortunately that's where most of us find our jobs. So a lot of people are good at it, but they're not happy with it, they're not passionate about the subject, so this is where they are, and the goal is to slowly drift into that zone. And finally, you have distraction zone. That is something that you're not good at, but you're passionate about it. You want to learn about it. Maybe you want to perfect your skills in it, but it will just take so long. And maybe it's not worth learning the subject because you can pay someone else who is already good at it, you know, and not spend time on this. So rating your tasks and identifying where they are on this map will really help you understand what to do with them, right? So we'll go through an exercise after that, but if you want to learn more about this, obviously read the book. It's really good. All right, so if you've been following what I've been saying so far, you know that in order to audit your tasks or your to-do list, you should write out the tasks that you have either recurring or one-off. So for example, you have a web redesign coming up or something like that. That's my personal example, and I'll go into that a bit in more detail later. But write down the list of your tasks, and then after that, rate it from 1 to 5 on your passion, how passionate you are about the subject. So 1 being the least passionate, and then actually we can do 0. Let's do 0, the least passionate, and then 5, the most passionate. And then your proficiency, how good are you at it? 0, again, not good at all. And then 5, you're pro and you get it like this. So once you write down the list of your tasks and put a score next to it, your passion score, proficiency score, then you can kind of rate them, and you can see which ones, I guess, are winning out of all those tasks, and you can see which ones belong to which category, which ones are in your desire zone, which ones are in your disinterest zone, which ones are in your drudgery zone, and what was the last one? The distraction zone. Once you figure out which tasks are in which zone, then you can either eliminate them, automate them, and delegate them. What does it mean to do all these 3 things? So first, let's start with eliminate. It is what it sounds, getting rid of them. These are the things that you should not be doing. So take a look at all the things that you have listed and think about the impact that they have. Do they actually bring you anything? Do they actually move the needle for your business? If not, then maybe get rid of them. Why are you spending your time and money on them? And whenever projects come in, new projects, but you see that they won't serve you or your business or the bigger picture, just say no. And saying no doesn't have to be rude. Again, Michael Hyatt talks about a strategy he uses to say no, and it's a yes, no, yes system, where he kind of sandwiches those things and gives people a very clear no, but does it so politely so that they don't think that he hates them, and they feel appreciated, and a lot of the times they respond in a very nice and understanding way. So elimination means creating a not to-do list and saying no to things that don't serve you, projects that will not be a good use of your time. The second thing is automate, and yes, it is exactly what it sounds. It means creating systems so that some processes are done automatically. So an example of that could be you write checks to pay your bills. Well, can you automate that process? Can you create a bank transfer that happens once a month, or paying off your credit card or something like that? These are just examples that come to me from the top of my head, but I'm sure you can find areas in your life where you can use this system to automate tasks. Another one is what he called, I don't remember exactly how he calls it, but it's to do with templates. And a lot of the times templates are good for emails. So for example, whenever I receive emails, at this point I've accumulated some templates because I know what requests come into me, what requests come into my inbox. Depending on them, if they keep on repeating more than once, I now create a template, and I've added some of these templates and some of the things that I need to write out on a regular basis into a text expander app, text expander extension. So for example, when I type in / address, it writes out my business address. With this system, with this sort of automation, I don't have to. I just need to remember the keyboard combination that I've saved it as, and it will expand for me. So that's another one. And finally, Michael talks about creating routines for yourself to kind of automate yourself and your day. And another way to automate your day is by creating routines and rituals, because this way you are programming your brain, you are eliminating decision making by creating something that you do in a recurring basis, and you're kind of preparing yourself for work or for sleep or something like that. So for example, a morning routine could be very useful to set you up for a good day. When you wake up, you have breakfast, you have coffee, you meditate, you journal, and then you get to work. So basically, this way you're taking your brain through a process, setting you up for success and all that stuff. So finally, delegate. Delegation is something that a lot of us struggle with, and I am a great example of a person who struggles with it. I'm very curious, I want to do everything myself, I want to learn a lot of processes, but you know what? I can't do everything, and sometimes the learning curve is way too steep to spend time on something. So a good example is that I have a web redesign coming along, and I already know roughly what I want, and I know that I want to switch to a certain platform, content management platform and stuff like that, but it will take me so long to actually learn how to design the page the way I want it to. I would rather hire someone who will take a few hours to get it done than to spend days and days learning it myself. That will mean that I'm saving time, and somebody who's great at it is doing a great job on my website, and I won't have to go back and redo it and all that stuff. So yeah, delegation is awesome as well when it comes to becoming more productive, especially because something that is in your drudgery zone might be in someone else's desire zone. So they're not only really good at it, but they're really passionate about it. So you're basically sharing work with someone who really enjoys that work. So, you know, it's a win-win situation. Awesome. Well, I am currently going through this process myself. I'm currently optimizing the workflows and systems in my life and business. So I would not be able to give you personal examples of how I have optimized my life yet, because I'm in the process of doing that and I'm still experimenting, but I will let you know as soon as I feel like I have a stable system in place. So make sure you subscribe to this channel in order to stay updated and turn on your notifications, because more videos like this will be coming soon. And make sure you like this video if you enjoyed it. Comment what you thought about it in the comments. Should I make more things like this? And of course, find me on other social media and connect with me. You can find me as Coding Blonde on all the other social media. Have a wonderful time of the day you're currently experiencing. Bye.